Liverpool versus everybody. We are back, and I am joined by Mame and Gary. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me on, mate.
Yeah, thanks. That's been good.
Good, good. So let's just talk briefly about Sheffield because we haven't talked together about that yet. So just talking about the game and it's the idea that Sheffield United deserve more and they've set up so well and um, they played a good game and while all that's true, I think it's also fair to say that if Mane finishes both of his chances. If Salah finishes his chance, that's a 4-0 win, and no one's really saying those things, I don't think. So I'll come to you first, Mame. In general, uh, Sheffield United did find a way to nullify a lot that we wanted to do, but I also felt like Liverpool were a little bit lackluster, and that was strange to me because we had a week off, if I'm not mistaken. Well, most of the starters, right? Because they didn't play in midweek. I don't know if it was maybe rust because they I mean they do train every day, but as far as just game plan, or if it was their mind was on the Champions League, I don't know. Like, just what do you think about the performance overall, and maybe why that happened, or if that was just more of Sheffield being really good, or what was the case there? Mame? All right, Gary, you can answer that question, I guess. Then.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, my mic was on
I-
mute.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Yes. So I was saying, yeah, it's a bit of all of that, you know. First of all, when you play and you have the next game on your mind, it always shows off on the pitch. And then we've seen that long rests isn't always good for us. Every time we rest for a long time and we come back, we kind of rusty. You know,
Hmm.
maybe that's another reason. And yes, Sheffield also played very, very well. They did, but we allowed them to play very well because we could have killed the game very early. As you said, if Mane scored those chances, I mean, it was a whole different ball game.
Hmm.
You know, so that's it too. And yeah, they played well. They caused us some problem, but there would be a game like this. Because all you want is to win this game, the next game, and sometimes you just can't play at 100%. You don't want to. It's not that because you can't. It's just that you don't want to because you have other objectives too. The most important thing was to win. Gladly we did it. It was hard, yes, but we're gonna have more games like this.
Yeah, Gary, your opinions on that?
yeah, I mean, I have to agree with him there because I thought Sheffield played a good game. It frustrated us a lot. Kept it tight. I mean, I knew what sort of team or what sort of way Sheffield were going to play when the manager said 10 or 11 behind the ball. But I thought we dug deep, and as I said, Mane should have finished chances. Salah could have killed the game, but 3 points where that matters. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think for a team that played, I mean, on paper it's a 3-5-2. It felt like it was maybe a six in the back or whatever. But for a team that allegedly plays three at the back, I thought they did pretty good. And again, at the same time, their manager seems to think that the chances we had all came from mistakes. I find that interesting
Mm.
because most goals that teams can concede, unless it's just a screamer from 30 yards out, it's usually by mistake. So
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I think
I
at the end of
totally agree with you.
yeah, I didn't get that. He seemed a bit bitter, which I understand. I mean, his team set up really nice, and to have the defending European champions come to your stadium and put up a decent performance. Also, I think ride that luck a bit too, the chances we missed, but I'm sure he's feeling a little bit bitter that he wasn't able to get a result there, and that's fine. Divock Origi, listen, in that game, it felt like you wondered what we could do to change something, to give Sheffield a different look, to get something out of that game, to get a goal. And for a while, it felt like, at least for me, I didn't know where that would come from. Mame, just talk to me about how important Divock Origi continues to be. Surely he didn't score, but I think as fans, we all know who watched the game, we can see the impact he made pretty much the moment he came on the pitch with his pressing, with his quickness, and just giving Sheffield a different thing to worry about. They had worried about Mane and Salah, and for the most part, they did a pretty good job on them. But to have Origi come off fresh and just in time back from injury, how important is he to this team still? And how nice is it to see a guy that young who could probably be playing at different other places consistently, but he seems to be embracing this role of the 12th man, the guy off the bench.
Yeah, you know, when we were during the game, I think we were chatting on Twitter with Jerry and stuff, and I was calling on Divock Origi because when we play those very physical team, we need someone with body up front, you know,
Hmm.
because
Hmm. Good point.
when the
Good
team
point.
is when the team is too physical, Salah is just out of the game.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, he gets bullied every time.
Easily.
He disappears. You know, Mane is all right. He can cope with that, even though he didn't have a good game. Firmino too, but Salah is just like it's like we're playing with 10 players. You know, and Divock is that guy. When you bring him, if the guys get too physical, he can cope with that. You know, and what you said is true. Divock, I don't know, man. Sometimes I'm kind of sad for him because I know he can get some playing time. He can have a major role in another team. Maybe not a top team, but at least a middle table team or something like that. You know,
Mm.
and it's really sad. And I hope that this season he plays even more because he has a lot to bring. You know, he
I,
changed the game actually.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, he clearly did, and I think that was a great substitution. Before I go into Gary, I agree with what you said about Salah to a degree. But the other side is that there are times where I've seen Salah match that physical battle, and I've seen him put guys like Khalid on his behind and be able to stay in games like that. For me, I think Salah takes himself out of the game a lot of times, dribbling with his head down, giving the ball away, not making the right pass. And I get it. He's a I don't want to call him greedy. I just think he's a hungry goal scorer. I think he's always looking to get a goal, and we saw flashes of that in that game. So I can't believe I don't want to imagine a situation where Salah and Mane can continue in this way of because for me it's 2 games in a row now where they haven't really been on their game. Well, I guess I'm thinking more so about the Napoli game. I thought in Chelsea they were probably slightly better than they were against Sheffield United, but it's a couple of games not too far apart where they haven't been great. But again, we're finding ways to get results more times than not. But Gary, yeah, same for you, man. Divock Origi, what are your feelings on that?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, again, Ori, I thought your son made a very good point actually with Salah. At half time, I actually watched the video to do with him his head down, keeping his head down. I think, as you said, he needs to look up a bit more. But it does happen, as you said, it does happen with natural goal scorers or people that want to score goals. They're always hungry for goals. But he does need to just. I think I agree with Mario, as I said, to a certain point, because sometimes I think he takes too many touches on the ball and he invites men towards him, and he gets around and then he loses the ball. But onto Origi, I mean, wow, what I'm lost words for Origi. He's such a he's a brilliant professional. He comes on and he always changes the game. He is the perfect super sub. And the thing with around the 60th minute mark.
Mhm. You're breaking up there, man.
Oh, I thought it was me.
Gary, you still with us? Yeah, we'll keep going on and hopefully we can get Gary back a better connection. But yeah, I just thought overall, man, it's it really we had some moments there. They had a really really good chance in the second half, and
Aaron,
parts of
can
it.
you
Go ahead. What?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Perfect.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can hear you now.
sorry, someone called me. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to just you continue on?
No. Continue what you were saying about Origi.
Yeah, yeah, sorry about that. And as I was saying, I was actually calling for it. I was calling for Klopp not to take one of the front three off. I was calling for Klopp to take one of the midfielders off because Sheffield weren't really cause us too many problems. I was thinking, why are we going to keep a midfielder on? I was calling for Henderson to come off, and leave Fabinho and Ronaldo as a two, in a 4-2-3-1. That's what we did. We had Firmino at 10, and you can see that Firmino, when he dropped a bit deeper, he had a bit more space to work in. So Man in the right, obviously Origi down the left, bringing a little bit of skill. which is brilliant. Salah up front, so I thought were really brilliant substitution, and the goal actually comes from him putting the cross in, and obviously it gets into the way, and Wijnaldum takes a shot. I mean, Wijnaldum's shooting is atrocious, isn't it? But
Oh
you
my
know that
God.
I don't think that one was a very good shot as well. But we tested that, and this is what I'm saying. If you shoot on target, right, with a bit of power, you never know who you can get. You can get a
You
keeper,
never know what can happen. You never know what can happen.
rebounds, anything. We
Yeah.
need more, and you can see this. You know what I mean? Just keep on taking shots, keep on taking shots. You see the opportunity. This is why we used to get so many goals with Steven Gerrard. On the edge of the box, striking it from 20, 25 yards, and we used to get so many goals. And it gets you out of jail sometimes. And sometimes I think that we need to, shoot a bit more and test the keeper because the keeper didn't really have any saves to make, did he? If I'm quite honest with you, apart from that one, and he messed up. So, but as I said, that win for me is probably at this minute the most important win of the season.
Yeah, I think you got to say that. And, again, Andy Robertson wasn't incredible, but that's another game where, I think in the Chelsea game, he grabbed the ball and just ran through the pitch and kind of just, and then again, he made this saving, sliding, heel
Oh,
tap, whatever.
like
And that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes guys can have a so-so game, but it's about those moments. Genie's shooting is atrocious. Okay, let's be real. I don't care what people say about Barcelona. His shooting is atrocious. It frustrates me because I see what he does in the orange shirt for his nation, but for Liverpool, it just seems like he doesn't know how to shoot the ball. But he came up with that goal. So, it's about big time players stepping up in big time games. I said that in my post match, and I feel like that's just true. I mean, you can have a shit game, and when it comes down to it, if you have those kind of moments, those can't be forgotten. And I think it's very telling to see the players after the game. No one was really celebrating. I think side they felt like they didn't really play well, and guys like Mane and Salah not finishing their chances. I'm sure they didn't feel great. I'm sure Klopp let them know that. But at the same time, it is a relief to see that because you didn't play well, didn't mean you couldn't get the win. And that's really what it's about. And for everybody who's saying that we're lucky and refs are on our side or whatever, no one was saying stuff like this when
Uh,
United anything.
how,
Go
how,
ahead.
how how many 1-0 did City have last year?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
That's
Leicester. You look at just,
side
you
wins,
just
huh? It's not like they dominated all the games.
yeah,
right. And
Spurs, Leicester,
see,
so many games.
yeah, if there's any championship team, I mean, Leicester's done it. I'm sure Chelsea in their runs, United, obviously. I mean, it happens. So I think just because it's Liverpool and people are so worried about us being unbearable, which we will be, they like to throw little things in there to make it as if we haven't earned these wins. And again, I feel like say what you want. I think Liverpool deserved that win. All those chances we had, the possession of ball that we had, the amount of times that we were actually trying to get goals and win that game. Because I feel like for a while there, Sheffield United's manager would have been happy with just getting a draw. At the end of the day, he would have been happy with getting a point, and that'd have been fine with him. And we snatched that away from them. So, before we close out, again, going back to defensively, I just think Matip again is it's unfortunate that he'll be out. We'll talk about that the Salzburg game, and hopefully it's not anything major. I think Klopp is probably just trying to be careful with him. But the passing, the strolling through the midfield, and these kind of risky passes that he's getting away with, I think is really really key, especially in a game like that where our outside attack from our fullbacks isn't really working so well. The overlaps aren't working really well, whether it be Hendo and Trent or on the other side with Genie and Robertson and Mane. So it's nice to see that we can get guys like Matip and even Van Dijk over the top to really really split the defense up. But Garrett, come to you first on this. Matip, is there any other center back besides real talk Van Dijk in the Prem? Let's start with the Prem. That's better than Matip right now.
At the minute, no one, absolutely no one. Because I mean, you can just go through it. Arsenal, clowns in defense. United, clowns in defense. Maguire, £80 million, nowhere near Matip's level. Chelsea, clowns in defense again. There was Zuma and all these players, not good enough. So they got a few good centre backs. Rudiger, I think tomorrow is a good young, but no one's on his level. Spurs again. They concede so many goals, Spurs, so many goals, and I think Alderweireld and Vertonghen are past it really. David Sanchez
What's
again.
Hugo? What's Hugo Lloris doing at the weekend there, man?
I don't know what he's doing. I mean, this is the thing with Reese. I
Guy is
mean,
a
this
clown, man.
That's a complete joke.
He did this in the World Cup final, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not. I don't know. I've never really released anyway. And as I said, you look through all the other teams. I mean, Matip. No one is better than Matip at the minute. City again. Ottoman Stones, clowns. Laporte. I think Laporte is a brilliant centre back, but he's at the minute. I would not say I don't see why Matip wouldn't be ahead of Laporte. I know he's injured a minute, but even last Matip's performances have been brilliant, and you can't say he had Van Dijk next to him because when Matip when in the Champions League last 16 with Fabinho alongside him, he put an incredible performance in. Matip, you could
Yeah.
argue, you could say has been better than Van Dijk in the last maybe 4 or 5 months. Do you remember his performance in the Champions League final when his performance at home to Barcelona? Incredible, world class performances. And this man, right? I'll say right now, this man's turning world class because he's doing it for. I've always rated him, but he's doing this consistently every single week. And there was this clip right where I was showing Mattis forward passing, and there was this clip of Henderson just telling him to pass aside with Alexander Arnold because that's what Henderson would have done. But he gets the ball and he breaks it, through the lines to Roberto Firmino. He picks it up and we create a good chance out of it. His passing out from the back is fantastic, absolutely brilliant. So I mean, Matip, what a centre back he's been, and yes, I think he's out on Wednesday. I personally, right, wouldn't have started Matip on Wednesday. I would have given Gomez a chance in the Champions League to play, and I would put without the injury, I would have put Matip back in the Premier League because you have to give Gomez a chance. It's a Champions League, and you have to remember Gomez is still an incredible defender, and we saw that in the first few months of the season last year. So I would have given Gomez a chance anyway. I don't think it's big with Matip. I read what Klopp said, and it was it's just a little knock, and we have to wait and see. I hope he's available for the weekend. But if not, if he's not available, I mean Gomez has these next 2 games. But for me, if whatever Gomez does, Matip comes straight back in at Old Trafford.
Yeah. Before I go to Mame, I think I mean, Klopp said that, but we've had. I mean, it's Liverpool, man. We've had some real weird things that happen with injury. So I'm just saying, I don't want to think negative. Knock on wood, it is something slight. I think at the end of the day, whatever it is, it's not worth risking. And so, hopefully he'll be prepared for Leicester. But again,
here comes Gomez's chance now. Prove himself.
no, and that's what next thing I was gonna say. I mean, how nice is it to feel like we're losing one of our probably our second, let's just say, I mean, our second best defender behind behind Van Dijk is Matip. How nice is it to be losing him in the form that he's in, the form of his life? Because let's be honest, or at least for me, after last season, I was thinking, can Joel really repeat that? And he's doing that and better. But how nice is it to see that Gomez is just as good or can be just as good coming in? It's not like we're bringing in Skirtle or somebody who we just don't believe in, or even Lovren to be quite frank. It's Joe Gomez. So I feel comfortable with that, and that's nice. But Mama, yeah, just your thoughts on Matip in general, his growth, and just how important he's been to this team.
Well, we are the best team in Europe right now,
No
and
question.
we have the best defender in the world, which is Van Dijk.
Mm-hmm.
But since last year, I mean, maybe around Bayern Munich game, I think Matip outperformed Virgil van Dijk.
Yep.
That's what I think. And for me, this season, he has been the best defender in the league on form.
I can't disagree with that.
Oh, I agree. Van Dijk got other abilities, more abilities, okay. But on form, Matip is the better defender right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the technicality he has, I'm starting to see again the Matip that was at Schalke. He used to dribble a lot, get into the defense and stuff. He used to even shoot, which he doesn't do here.
Yeah,
I would like to see him taking shots when he dribbles and get into the defense and stuff. It would be nice to see that. But yeah, as I said, yeah, he's that dude, man. He's that dude. Underrated, and he does the dirty job because if you look at Van Dijk is always here to be the last line, the cover.
Right.
And Matip goes to the opposition. He tackles, he hustles them, while Van Dijk is just there behind.
Yeah, I
So
mean
yeah,
it's just amazing that how far this team has come defensively because for long periods we often wondered if it was going to just be a team under Klopp that was just like Arsenal now. You got to try to
do,
outscore guys and your defense is
do,
going to be shit in the back.
do you guys remember when we a few years ago when we conceded spot kicks, corners, or something like
Oh
that?
yeah, that was always a topic. Yeah, you could almost bet on Liverpool conceding a set piece goal at one point.
Exactly.
Which
So
game?
what did you say,
I
Gary?
said,
Which game are you talking about?
Oh no, just in
yeah,
general, just in general.
at one point, yeah, at one point, like maybe like 2 years ago, or even maybe a bit more than 1 year before Van Dijk came, and all these guys, remember when we conceded corners or something like that, especially at the end of the
Oh
game,
yeah, I mean,
man. People would
yeah, the
stress
first
out.
one. Yeah, the worst game was remember the Tottenham one away from home,
Yeah.
where Lovren got subbed in the 30. I mean, I was sitting there, right? I was sitting in the stadium because I couldn't get a ticket because away tickets are just incredible, so hard to get. So I was sitting in the Spurs then, right? And then I was just thinking, I was sitting there thinking, oh my word, what am I watching? Seeing Dejan Lovren jump like a salmon, for the ball. And he got subbed off at 30 minutes. I mean, it was just an awful experience, really. Just paying around £50 to watch that disaster class. It was just horrible, horrible to watch. And I think about it and how far we've come. And what it's done, Van Dijk has given this confidence throughout the whole team to perform. This sort of trust where the fullbacks can bomb forward. When you haven't got Robertson bombing forward, and you can look at Lovren on the left side of the defense. You can't trust him there, so you have to stay a bit back. But with Van Dijk, you've got that trust there, and he's giving it to Matip, and he's giving it to the whole team. Same Fabinho, incredible player. So right now, as we're in a very, very good position, and that win was massive because I didn't really want to drop. If we drop points there, and then City won, the gap would have only been 3 points again. But winning these two tough away games. I mean, we've gone to we had after the Newcastle game, we had four away games. We lost against Napoli, beat MK Dons, beat Chelsea, beat Sheffield. So now we've got two home games at the end of the until we got the break. So win these two home games again, and let's 16 in a row in the Premier League, and 17 in a row if we beat this, and we could equal the record at Old Trafford and beat it at Anfield against Spurs. So exciting the coming weeks coming up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to chatting about Leicester. But let's briefly talk about Salzburg. That is the next game. I'm a little curious about this one because this is a team that for me is a complete unknown. Meaning I've never really watched them play. I do know how good they are as far as bringing in good talent and recruitment, and then shipping those guys off to other clubs. I do know that they have a young, I think he's 19, guy who got a hat trick
Yeah.
against Genk.
I think it's called
So,
Haaland.
say again.
I think it's called Haaland, or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah. So I haven't seen any highlights from that game. Maybe I should, but yeah, it's a bit of an unknown for me. I do think Liverpool should be at home, especially, which gives us a whole different lookout or look as far as we're better there, obviously, as opposed to going away from home in the Champions League at least. So I don't know, Mame, what are some of your thoughts on this game? What do you think the midfield will be? Yeah, just tell me how you think this game will go, and if you know anything about this RB Salzburg.
At Anfield, man, we will win, of course, man. It's Anfield. The problem is how. But I think we will put up a good performance.
Okay.
And yeah, Salzburg, it's like they're a bit like Dortmund, but
Hmm.
at a lower level, of course, because they have less quality.
Right.
It's those the team that will come and play their game, even though they don't have enough qualities to match yours. That's how they do. And yeah, I think we should beat them. We should beat them. I don't see much changes. Maybe yeah, Gomez in. I don't know if he'll. I hope he won't put Gomez at right back. He might do that and play Lovren too. That's possible.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is possible.
those guys have to play, man. They will play at some point.
Yeah, that's
You know?
true. That's true. It's true.
Yeah. Plus, if Trent plays here, he has to play again against Leicester. You know, I think
Mhm.
there will be some kind of rotation there. You know, in the middle, I think Fabinho. I would love to see Naby Keita in. I don't
Yeah,
know if he's ready to start, You know,
Well, I was surprised that he
this is,
wasn't. I was surprised that he wasn't at least on the bench against Sheffield. So I don't know if he re-injured something or the Klopp is just being careful with him or what.
yeah, that's strange. That's strange. Yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to see start. Plus it's his former team.
Mm, mm.
I think he would love to play that game.
So who else you think? So you think Fab, Naby, and Hendo?
Yeah, Hendo came out early last game. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think Hendo. Yeah, Hendo.
Yeah, Hendo got beat up, man. They were beating up Hendo, but also Hendo, I think at one point ran into Matip. So Hendo seemed to be on the field on the grass a lot, laid out against Sheffield. So I hope he's okay. I know he's a little fragile, but hopefully,
Even Ox, huh? Ox can start too.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I am very curious to see at some point that Fab Ox Naby. Obviously Naby and Ox at full strength. I think that could be a really, really, really dynamite midfield. I don't know necessarily what teams they would fit against best, but I definitely am looking forward to seeing that trio in the midfield. Um,
And
so
and and I hope he starts Origi. I don't know who's gonna go on the bench, but I hope he does.
okay, and give me a score prediction for the game tomorrow.
Well, I'll say what 3-1,
Okay,
3-1. Yeah.
okay, and Gary, man, same questions, man. Just first of all, anything you might know about the team, your midfield, and then a score prediction.
Yeah, I actually remember watching Salzburg in I think it was the Europa League 2 years ago, and they were so close to getting to the final of the Europa League.
Mm,
And I think they got knocked out by Marseille. Just I think it was on away goals or something.
Yes.
But yeah, they beat Lazio. I mean, they're very good at home. I remember they thrashed Lazio. I think they beat Dortmund as well. I think it was away from home. I think they beat Dortmund or at home. So knocked out Dortmund, knocked out Lazio. And they're a team that likes to play their own way. I don't see obviously them in the league, but I've seen them in Europa League. I think I saw them. I don't know if they're in the Champions League or Europa League last year. So I've seen them a few times when they've been
so they
on.
pretty. So they play pretty open then.
Yeah, they do
Yeah,
play attacking
yeah.
football. They do.
Oh,
It's like they
okay.
play their own philosophy. I don't think they're going to change from that. So it's
Okay.
going to be. I think it's going to be a good game. So I think, and they're gonna, attack us. They're going to try and, bring their game to Anfield, which I do like to see. So, it's going to be a good test and a good game. I think Salzburg is obviously the third best team in the group. I think obviously Genk is. I think they're a pile of shit because Salzburg absolutely battered them. I think it was a 6-2 or something. So um, so this is going to be a good test. We need to obviously get the 3 points, and I think we definitely will because we're at Anfield, as Mama said, we're just a force there. And the team I'd put out Adrian in goal. Right back, I've always had this thought that he might rest Alexander Arnold, but I don't think he will. I think he'll go Alexander Arnold, Gomez. But actually, he probably would have rested Alexander Arnold if Matip wasn't injured.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you have Gomez as a right back and Lovren as centre back, two changes on that side. I think you'll just do Alexander Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson. That's what I'm going with anyway. In midfield now, I'd like to see maybe just one change. I'd go with um, Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and Chamberlain,
Okay.
and then I'd go. Well, I would like to see Origi. I did say I want to see Origi in the team. I just don't think it's gonna happen. And I go Salah, Firmino, Origi. I would probably like to see maybe Mane or Firmino on the bench for this game, and put Origi in. Give him a chance. Like, why not? Let's give him a chance. But it's Salah, Firmino, Mane, and they will play. As I said, as Mane always says, and it's pretty obvious that Klopp, when they're fit, when they're fresh, they're going to play every game. So, and they will start again on Thursday. And I think we'll rotate. I don't think we actually should rotate for this game. I think it's important that we get 3 points. I think we should rotate a bit more against Genk. I don't think
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're not the strongest opposition, so we have to take Salzburg seriously here,
Oh no question.
because they're a good team. So stick the front three out and make a couple changes for me, Gomez and maybe Chamberlain, okay if he's fit. But for me, that's the team. Couple changes in, not too much, and then on to Leicester again, and then, go in the extra break. But as I said, it's an important game. This one, get 3 points, and then we've got back-to-back games against Genk, which we should win, and then we'll be through already.
And score prediction?
Um, Score prediction 3-0.
Yeah, I think this has got to be a win. Obviously, not getting the result away in Italy. This has got to be a win, and it'd be nice if it's by a significant margin. Again, coming to Anfield, I always feel comfortable with teams coming to Anfield. Even if it's a team who's more of an unknown, I just feel like our strength there is going to be incredible. So Yeah, look forward to that. But let's get to Leicester, because again, it seems like almost a situation where, of course, the Salzburg game is important, but it feels like this Leicester match, we're coming back again to a team, or to play against a team who are doing really well in the league, and it's going to be an important game for us. Mommy, I'll come to you first. Should I believe the hype of Brendan Rodgers at Leicester? Are they really that good of a team? I saw what they did against Newcastle. Newcastle down to 10 men. No Madison. There's talks about Madison coming to Liverpool. Just talk to me about Leicester, and are they for real? Do you think they're a team that can actually compete for that top three spot in the top four?
I don't think top three, top four, maybe top six. You know,
Okay.
and yeah, for me it's the same old Leicester, man. Maybe they're being a bit more clinical this year,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't see much of a difference. You
Ooh.
know,
Okay.
maybe the other top teams are not strong enough. Like if you see
I think that has.
Chelsea is not,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Chelsea is not as they good as they used to be. Manu is even worse now.
Mm,
Arsenal is the same old Arsenal, man. You don't know what to expect from them,
yeah.
you know. And yeah, so yeah, they have to take their chances. Maybe they're more clinical and they believe in it too. Because sometimes you see the way they're playing, they're giving everything on the pitch. Now the problem is, can they maintain it for the whole season? I don't
Right.
think so.
Okay.
I
I,
don't
I
think so.
I do feel like they look like the best of the rest under obviously us and City. And I don't know if that's just because those other teams are really really bad right now. But so far, I
Yeah,
mean, I do feel like Leicester maybe could make that. I mean, because I felt like for a while it was going to be. And again, it's still early, us, City, and maybe Spurs, but Spurs look a little shaky, and I think Pochettino's probably taking them as far as he can take them. But we'll see. I mean, I think I kind of agree with you. I don't know if I'm ready to believe in the hype
yeah,
just as much.
but the thing is, it's easier for Spurs to win like four in a row. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
Spurs can do that. But I don't think that Leicester can do that. They
yeah.
will probably to draw one, lose one.
Yo, you got
Spurs,
a lot going on with your mic, bro.
is it me?
I don't know. Somebody's making a lot of noise with their mic.
No, I don't think it's me. I'm not moving.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. So I mean, okay, cool.
Hello?
So yeah, I think Leicester are looking decent, but I kind of agree. I mean, I don't know if it's something they can keep up. Right now, it looks good. We'll see if it can last. Gary, your feelings on Leicester? Do you think? Are you believing the hype? Do you think they're a team that could battle up there next to City?
Yeah,
Well,
you
okay.
know what? I actually do think that they can. Because I look at Leicester, and I actually think that it's easy to get carried away. It's only 7 games, but forget about top six. They do have a chance to get into top four because the thing with Leicester is they can create chances. They can create chances. They can open teams up. They've got a lot of creativity in there. Vardy can create chances. Got Tillemans in the midfield, Madison, obviously Perez there, and all these different players that can create chances. They got Indeed in a sitting role. Their midfield is better than some midfields in the top six.
I agree.
Um, so,
I agree.
and I look at it and I think, Leicester have a good chance of. I think they'll definitely be in the top six this season. I think United. I look at the game last night. United can't score. They can't score. They can't create anything. Um, Arsenal. I think. Maybe Leicester fifth or sixth, something like that. I don't think they'll finish seventh. I think they'll definitely break in the top six because I don't. I look at United right now and I look at a team that they got a bit better defensively, but they cannot score goals. They cannot create chances. And when they do go Rashford up front, we can't finish. So it's just, I think Leicester, are a very good team. And it's going to be a tough test on Saturday, a very tough test. But we're at Anfield again, and I just think we'll be able to do it. But with Leicester at the minute, I think they're a very good team. And I do think they can break into the top four. And I like to see it. I would like to see it because I think Brendan Rodgers is. We've always, we've never. I think Brendan Rodgers his signings are very poor. His recruitment, he never really sorted out the defense. But what you could see of Brendan Rodgers is you could always know what he wanted to do. He wanted to play that nice attacking football, and we always see that, and that's what I appreciate Rodgers. His vision. You can see that his philosophy. And I look at some managers like Emery. I don't know what his philosophy is. Solskjaer. I don't know what his philosophy is. But with Brendan Rodgers, he's come in and he's played that. He's come in, brought a few players in, and that he's laid down the markers of the football they want to play. It's all about forget about results at the start. It's all about putting out to the players how you want them to play, and he's done that. He's done that much better than some of the managers in the top six. So, and you can see what the job he's doing right now. And the only match he's lost is away at United, and he shouldn't even lost that. It was a penalty that they lost the game by. But I think that it's going to be a good test. But I think we will beat them, and I think we'll go 24 out of 24 on Saturday.
It's mad that this United team that I watched yesterday actually beat a good team like Leicester and Chelsea. Both of those things I can wrap my mind around. But I've never been big on Brendan Rodgers, but I got to give him credit. He's come in, and like you said, he's given the players kind of an idea, a clear idea of what he wants, but more so the fans. The fans know when they go watch their team play, they know there's an identity. They know what to expect from the team. And I guess I'd imagine the Leicester fans for now, whether it's maybe a little too premature or not, they're probably thinking, you know what? This is reminding me of the team that won it. And maybe not as good, but as far as just getting results, playing football that they can enjoy watching. And even though it was Newcastle and they went down to 10 men, it's still nice to see your team beat somebody. Was it 5-0?
Yeah, 5-0. Yeah, I mean, it's just they play like a team that's challenging for the league. Ruthless goals. And one thing I just want to add quickly, I think Brendan Rodgers would do a much better job than what Unai Emery's doing right now. Also, in my opinion, I think he'd be. You look at last night. Look at him defending. He got a point, and you just as soon as he got the goal. He sat back defending for a point where a atrocious United side. That's his mentality. I think he would have gone for it. And this is the thing. I mean, look, he failed as a Liverpool manager. He did. And as I said, I was never a big fan of him. But I think for a club like Leicester, I think he's a perfect fit. And I think he's, at the minute, I think he'd do a much better job than Solskjaer's doing at United. He'd do a much better job than Emery's doing at Arsenal. Because you look at them, what is United's playing style? What is Arsenal's playing style? You can't tell. You even look at it, you think, what is Spurs' playing style? I can never really point at what Spurs like to play. I mean, a couple of years back, they used to play this brilliant football, scoring goals. Remember White Hart Lane where they wouldn't lose. But you look at them now, you think, scraping wins, losing, drawing. I just don't see an identity as Spurs anymore as well. So, and you see it at Leicester. So I think, it's going to be a good challenge, but I don't care, who comes in. They're going to get beat, and they will get beat on Saturday. And we know
we're at home?
Yeah, we're at home.
Oh, okay.
They got a point last time, but, we had Henderson and right back. It actually was snowing that day. Fabinho was on the bench, I don't know, for some reason. So I think we're much more settled now. So we'll be fine. But I think it will. I don't think it'll be as easy. I don't think it'll be an easy game. I think we will win by 2 goals, maybe like a 3-1 or something like that. But I do think we'll win, and as a 3 points is the most important thing.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a good one. Mohamed, thoughts on Leicester?
Yeah. The thing is, when team comes to Anfield, when teams play Liverpool, you don't accept them. You don't expect them to have the same setup. To play the same way, especially at Anfield, man. Yeah, I think we'll see a different Leicester playing defensive. Of course, playing on the counter, but don't expect them to play against us to play again like they play against United or Newcastle or something like that. I think we'll see the same old Leicester, trying to frustrate us and playing on the counter. That's what I accept. So yeah, it will be a tough game, of course, but we should win this. We should win this. Maybe not pretty comfortably. But we should win at least 2-0 or 2-1 or something like that. That's what I think.
Yeah, I definitely think it'll be a tough match. And again, Leicester have been impressive, and Vardy usually does good against us. We all know that. But I just think this team. We spoke about it yesterday. Last time we spoke, and I was almost. I was really frustrated because I was struggling. We were struggling through that game, and I remember last time we spoke, we were like, we don't see when the next time is that we're going to drop points. And I was thinking, oh shit, it happened to be against Sheffield United. But obviously, Gino went out and pulled us out of that. But yeah, no, I just think this team is just on a mission this year. And every time we get knocked back, last season the knockback, if you want to call it that, was finishing 1 point behind City. When we got the knockback in the Champions League, we came back and won that. So I just think each year this team is staying together and just trying to realize all of their goals. And so
can I say something? Hello, Aaron, can I say something quickly?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, basically, right. I was looking at an article, and they were saying Pochettino. He said he hasn't. They still Tottenham still haven't recovered from the Champions League final loss. And I was thinking that it was showing that this is the level of the managers. The elite managers. When we lost, we strengthened, and we went on this. We went 18 out of 18 again. We challenged for the league all the way throughout. Champions League, everything. So we went. We put it behind us, and we were just more hungry. You could sit there and feel sorry for yourself after losing a final, or you could go for it and go one better. And that's what we did. And this hunger, throughout the team, from losing, they didn't want that disappointment on the we're seeing Madrid would lift a trophy. They wanted to do it themselves, and they did it. Not on 97 points on that Sunday when we beat Wolves. They didn't want that. They don't want that disappointment again. Of seeing, of hearing
Yeah,
City of seeing City score
but
and win the league, and they're gonna go on better again. You know what I mean? This is the team. It's got this confidence and it's got this determination, and it's all installed with the manager as well. So, we've got a brilliant mentality, and I think we're gonna win the league again this season. I'll say again, but we're gonna win the league this season. Just like with the Champions League, we're gonna go on better. I'm very confident.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too. Go ahead, my man.
yeah, I was just saying the difference is when we lost that final, we were like, okay, next year we'll come back and win it, And I don't think it's the situation for Spurs. I don't think that's what they were thinking. They were thinking like, wow, when are we gonna get to the final again? That's the
Right,
Yeah,
difference.
right. And I
You know?
just think Klopp is a manager, but not only just Klopp. I think the personalities in our dressing room, especially Van Dijk. I don't want to say his teammates fear him, but there's like a healthy maybe intimidation there. Like they feel like Van Dijk is really going to hold them accountable, and guys like Hendo and stuff like that. So there's a lot of personalities in that team where, along with the manager, where no one's allowed to have a step off or feel sorry for themselves or anything. You got to go to the next game the next season. So yeah, I agree. I just
Even
think this season,
even Genie, man,
yeah,
Genie is a special character.
Genie too.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them. There's so many leader personalities in that team, which that's why at this point, really to me, it doesn't matter who's wearing the armband. Really, it just. I mean, I remember at one point, a lot of us, including myself, was thinking, "All right, just give it to Van Dyke." And not to say that I wouldn't mind that now, but to me, it just doesn't matter anymore. I mean, I just think we have so many leaders, so many strong personalities in that locker room that it could be Hendo, Milner, Genie, whoever, and I think we'd be fine. So, but yeah, there's this idea that this team just won't let up, and where maybe with teams like, well, obviously it feels like Mauricio was a bit unsettled there for probably a plethora of reasons, but we don't have that luckily at Liverpool, and so yeah, just enjoy it, man. The day that we lose these players and this manager won't be a happy day, but in the meantime, we can just enjoy it and hope that we can keep the team together.
Klopp leaves. I think he'll definitely leave us with a squad.
J-
Oh,
Capable
no question. Yeah, no
next
question.
man, giving us
And
something.
maybe even Pep will take over or something like that. I know a lot of people want Gerard. I have my opinions on that, but I just love this guy. Remember, let's also bring up. Remember all the talk about when Buvac left?
Yeah. You
It
know,
seems like forever ago now.
yeah, do you remember? I mean, I actually remember this. We were this was after the Red Star defeat, right?
Hmm.
2-0. And I think it was me, you, and Jams doing the call. And I was thinking, you asked me that question. I was thinking, I mean, because it was going around, wasn't it? I was thinking, what does because our front three wasn't on fire at that point, and we were defending well. We were actually top of the league at that point, so I don't know where this came from. And I was thinking, does Buvac control us? The front three, Salah missing chances, or Mane and Bruno because they're
Right,
missing.
right.
So I mean, it was just comedy. I mean, the things that some people come up with. I mean, it was probably from these FSG outlaw. As I said, they like to spread a lot of negativity. They can't be happy for once. And I was seeing a lot of stuff. During the match. I don't really like to check my phone too much during the match. I like to just watch it. But I do like to check it a few times to see what people are thinking at halftime. And I was saying, complaining about midfield on Saturday. I mean, what do you? I don't know. I don't know why they're complaining about the midfield. What do they actually expect anymore? I don't know what they expect. I mean, we had chances anyway. They say we can't create anything, but we had two big chances and we could have gone 2-0 up. They wouldn't be complaining then, would they? So Mane had chances. So you can't complain about the midfield. The midfield's job is not to create. It's to protect the back four, and the fullbacks obviously
exactly.
go bombing on. So
And
I don't
and,
understand.
and and
Yeah, go on, mate. Yeah, mum, you can
yeah, I
continue.
was saying all this talk about. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. We got you.
Yeah, I was saying all this talk about the number 10. You get a number 10 in your team, you depend on him. When you play against teams like I don't know, a tough team that just put one player on your number 10, you lost for the game, man. You don't do shit, and that allows us to rely on every player, all the players, fullbacks, defenders, midfielders, front three. If you rely on one player, number 10, you'll be so predictable, and that's the chance we get from him.
And that's why I mean Klopp can say what he wants. I don't think he's lying about it being tough having to let Coutinho go and all that. But I think at the end of the day, I think he had a plan already. And when you see that big money that was
Of
coming our
course.
way, it was hard to. I mean, you can't decline that amount of money. You can make it seem like it was such a tough thing to do and all that, but let's be real. I just feel like Coutinho, as good as he was before he left that half season, I just feel like we are beyond better than we would have been with him still in the team. That's just my opinion. So I'm cool with the number 10 talk. I mean, if it was really that big a deal, I don't see how Liverpool could be doing this well right now. The last time we lost in the league, I can't. Was it City? The last time we lost in the league was it
Yeah,
City?
yeah,
Yes,
City, exactly,
Yeah.
City.
So I mean, that doesn't look like a team that needs a Coutinho, quote unquote Coutinho kind of player. But anyway, um, yeah, I'm fine with the midfield. I think the 4-2-3-1 in the Sheffield United game was calling out long before it happened. I'm glad he made the change.
I think
Um,
Shaqiri
that,
would have probably come on. I think Shaqiri would have probably come on that game. I think he was fit.
yeah, my thing is, could we have expected Shakiri to make a difference like Divock did? You think?
No, definitely not. But I think he maybe would have come on to just I think he wouldn't have made the same difference. But I think Shaqiri would have probably come on that match. I don't know if it was the first sub, but I mean, if we had 10 minutes ago, I think Origi would have always been the first sub. But I think the second sub probably would have been Shaqiri if it was still 0-0, say after 80 minutes. So I mean, so
I mean,
it's
yeah, that's
disappointing.
that's that's me more so playing devil's advocate. I mean, I think Shakiri might have made a difference. I mean, I think Shakiri is really hungry to make some kind of difference at some point if he can stay fit. You got to believe he wants to get on that pitch and make a difference. So I don't. I mean, I don't know. I just think what he did in his first season with us, United, some other games that I can't remember right now. The United one stands out. Obviously, I think he had a brace. So I think that Shakiri is still there. It's not like that's changed. I just feel like he's dying to show that again. But it just feels like his opportunities will come very very limited. Especially I don't know how serious his injury is. It sounds like Klopp was saying that we're not far away, but
A
you
little
never
cough.
really. But it would be nice to see him getting some game time when he's fit. But yeah, man, just happy to see his team keep trucking, man, and finding ways when it doesn't seem like there is a way to get results. That's big, and a championship team need that. But again, it was down to the defense. Obviously, Genie getting the goal, but the defense bailing us out, and that's really good to see because for a while it was a joke for you to even think that was going to happen. If anything, if it was our forward guys bailing us out from conceding so many damn goals. So just nice to see that again. We're top of the league as far as points, obviously, but also as far as goals conceded, and that's really nice. Which seems strange because I think, in my opinion, I'm sure you guys agree, there hasn't been enough clean sheets for my liking, but we still have only conceded what 5 goals.
Yeah, I mean the goals we conceded have been all sort of consolations really, or just the goal to
Yeah,
get them back.
I know, but those hurt the most. I
So
hate them, but yeah,
yeah, I think we're defending. I think I'm pretty fine with how we're defending. There's been a few moments where we conceded a few sloppy goals, but again, we normally don't concede more than 2 goals in a match. I mean Napoli is obviously an exception, but that was away from the Champions League. But in the Premier League, we normally don't. I think the last time we conceded, I think we conceded 2 goals. I think we conceded over 2 goals in the Premier League match. I think it was 3 or 4 times last year. So
yeah,
the max we conceded normally one.
yeah. So no, I just thought about the team and yeah, can wait for the game tomorrow. What's that? 7 your time? 8 your time?
8 o'clock, so 3 p.m. your time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely be tuning into that and yeah, looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to seeing what we do in the defense. I think both of you guys made good points. I'd be curious to see if Lovren comes in.
I
Although,
hope he does. I don't want to see him in the team apart from League Cup games. If I can say, I
yeah, I
just don't
mean,
want to. That's not
you
some
can,
MK Dons.
yeah,
MK
you can see
Dons.
the
What
drop
a
off.
shambles
You can
performance.
see that it's a clear drop off between what he can do and
Yeah,
Maxime Gomez. I mean, at this point, he's clearly fourth choice. There's no question about that.
He was getting bullied by the MK Dons player on last week. It was absolute shambles. I mean, he's got no composure about him. I mean, his passing, he always passes to the right back or sideways. I've never seen him pass the ball forward. Shambles of a defender, but we're going to keep him forward this last year, then just offload him next summer. Same with Lallana. Next summer, we need to be, again, a bit more, a few more players need to be cleared out. And you know, as the next year, but I'm not really bothered about clearing out players. I mean, I'm just bothered about the games that are coming up. So I'm very, very excited about these next few games. And they've got this stupid national break again. But Salah Mane won't be going, I think, again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
there we go.
For them to get some rest.
No,
And it's
we'll be
gonna.
going.
Also, I hope Keita doesn't go to the national break. He can't go, can he? He cannot go to the national break. I mean, he has to stay at Liverpool. And if he goes to the national break and gets injured again, I mean, bloody hell. I mean,
Yeah, you got to
so we
believe
just
Liverpool. You got to believe Liverpool will be a little ruthless this time around. I mean, you can't keep
yeah.
that's a serious asset. You know, you can't mess
Even
that.
Keita himself, he will say, "Yo, I don't want to go because he won't get much playing time here." You
Right,
know,
right.
Keita won't go, but Salah and Mane are going. At least Mane because we're playing
Bro,
Brazil.
I heard that Salah Mane aren't going until November.
No, we're playing Brazil on the 10th, and Mane is going.
Mine as well. Because I read the report, right? Because I know they didn't
Yeah,
go this
I
time
thought he
round.
was. I thought he was thinking.
Yeah, I read a report that Salah and Mane aren't going to be going to the international break until November.
Mm-hmm. That's not what I
So
heard from here.
is it? Because that's what I heard. I heard Salah and Mane are the next international appearance is going to be in November. I'm not too sure. I need to do a bit more research on that, but that's what I read. That because they didn't go in September, and I heard that they won't be going in October as well, and they're going to be going in November. But I'm not too sure, really. I mean, I don't know. Like, that's what I've read. I can't confirm
I
it.
think this one is a friendly match. It's a friendly match. Maybe that's why they say that because
Yeah.
I just saw the national team list and Mane was on it for the 10th of October against Brazil
Oh,
in
well,
Singapore.
you'll probably go then. I didn't know that, but that's what I read last time. I wasn't too sure.
Well, if he doesn't go, great. Obviously, if he does, obviously we hope that he doesn't get injured. I want to end it with this Carabao Cup shit. And do you guys care one way or another about us possibly being what is it, disqualified or whatever?
Yeah, I
Can I go
wouldn't be
first?
surprised.
Oh,
Sure,
I
sure.
wouldn't be surprised if Klopp fielded Chirivella himself, knowing it's illegal. So I mean, if they knock us out, great. But I don't think they'll knock us out. The FA just want a little pocket change just to spread around. So a little fine. That's what they're gonna hand out. And I mean, I couldn't care less if they keep us in it. Great. If they knock us out, I don't care. I really don't care at the minute about the Carabao Cup. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like to say that necessarily, but I agree. I mean, I don't because I mean, obviously, we should be caring at least a bit in every competition that we're in. But obviously, I think the league, I know the league and the Champions League is just far more important to most of us as supporters. So yeah, I really don't care. It would be a shame just because I feel like it is another trophy, and I think we could do better. And we've always wanted to start off with a somewhat easier team. We got that, so to be have it taken away from us would be a little bit disappointing. But yeah, I agree with Gary. I don't really care, mommy.
yeah, but for me, I really don't care about the Carabao Cup. I don't care. I don't even watch the games. But just to see that those young players get the chance to play, and
Right.
those dead players like Lalana and stuff, you know, maybe we should just we should just stay in there, man. We never know, you know. And if we win it, plus the Premier League and the Champions League, we can say we won a treble. Yeah,
No,
I guess.
we've already won the
Exactly.
Super Cup, and we're gonna win the Club World Cup as well. So we already won the double in a bit.
Yeah, exactly. We already won our double. This time we say we won 4 trophies or five.
Yeah, we like United and Jose Mourinho. I mean, Jose Mourinho said we got treble the Community Shield.
Yeah, which is a joke.
Pep
But yeah.
Guardiola would hang himself.
Yeah, I mean, he said
Yeah, if he doesn't get
could
Champions League or the league, I think he might get up out of here.
This guy is
yeah,
obsessed with Liverpool, man. I
he's
think he's
obsessed with
more
us.
obsessed
Thinking
about
about
Liverpool
us.
than we are about his team.
Yeah, he's so obsessed with us, Guardiola. I mean, he's always talking about us, even though they're not good. Even though the reporters aren't even asking about us, he keeps talking about Liverpool. I mean, you don't see Klopp doing that as well. So, I mean,
Every,
I hear
every
man, he's always
press,
making excuses, saying that we may not win the Champions League again this season, and he's already making excuses because he knows that with that defense, you don't care if Laporte is back anyway, or whoever it is, because
they're gonna
the
struggle,
thing
man.
is,
They're gonna struggle.
they can't win the Champions League because they concede way too many goals, especially at home. So those away goals count as are so vital. Those away goals. So and they concede way too many goals to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
And
And
it's not going to happen.
the problem is even when Laporte comes back, he won't be fit enough, and that would
Yeah,
be around the knockout stages of the Champions
yeah,
League. So
last 16 times.
he's really scared. I expect him
Should
to
be.
to to
Should be.
to buy to make a few big signings in January.
Well,
That's
he said they haven't
embarrassing.
got money for it.
That's embarrassing if he does that. I mean, that's
He
embarrassing.
said,
He will. No, Pep, man.
yeah, you know, Pep. I think he said they won't make money. That they won't sign anyone January. I mean, we have to wait and see, really. But I'm not really bothered about Pep. It's all about us, really, and just seeing what we can
You
Yeah,
see,
this season.
Otamendi is like the worst defender I've ever seen. Even Lovren is better than him, man.
Yeah, I mean, Lovren's our fourth choice, and not too many's their first choice.
but that's what's so strange about Pep. Like, why are you getting all these fullbacks? Spend all this money on fullbacks. Why not go get Koulibaly? Like, why not? I mean, you don't realize what the issue you have centrally. I mean, I'm glad he didn't, but that doesn't make sense to me why he hasn't bought or spent that amount of money, put that much thought into center backs. I know he got Laporte. I don't know how much he cost, but surely you could have spent some of the money you spent for fullbacks on center backs. No, I mean
Because
one of your fullbacks doesn't even
What
play that
has
much.
Mendy done? I mean, he's 50 million, and
Right.
he's barely even started.
That's just crazy to me.
I
But
mean, Cancelo, what he bought Cancelo for 50 million, or basically, it was the same. He sold Danilo. I mean, it's just Pep, man. I don't know. He just loves his fullbacks, doesn't he? But as I said, he can keep on playing Otamendi and Stones' defense. I'm loving it in the minute.
and honestly, I know people will say, calm down, it's still early, but I don't see Liverpool really giving much away with this. If anything, I think the gap can get bigger. I don't really. I mean, we might get a draw here or there, whatever. But I think this 5 point uh, distance from them, I think, is something that we can maintain, especially with their defensive issues right now. So I get
we
what
have
people
to
say.
win against next game against City. We have to win. Not
Say it again?
even a draw. We have to win. I say the next game against City, we have to win.
Against Manchester City, yeah.
Yep, we have to
Okay. Oh
win.
yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah. Sure, for sure.
don't even go for a draw or something like that. We must win this game.
Yeah, Klopp is funny, man. When comes against City lately, so I don't know, but yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, it's best to have a win. We definitely can't lose to them this season. I would say, but yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be best to get the double over them this season. And if and when that happens, I think it's pretty. They might as well give us a trophy right then and there. To be honest, so because City definitely will struggle. And they're going to start feeling it because even in an Everton game. Everton are trash, but I think Everton could have gotten a better result out of that game. They didn't, so it is what it is.
Doing what? Waste of space, Calvert-Lewin in this.
Yeah, my God, man. Oh, God.
Oh my word, the chances he had were absolutely awful. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
Yeremina's
they could have gotten a better result there. And it's a shame because I often wonder about Silva. And I know we're going all over the place here, but I want to think that he's a decent manager, but I don't understand why he can't get them playing a little better. But I don't know.
he spent a lot of money, so no excuse for him.
No excuse at all. That's the thing. Like you got your dudes, and you still can't. I don't know. But
I don't know why Moise Kean wasn't starting that game. I couldn't believe it.
yeah, it's weird. Him or why is who's the guy that came
Why is
off early
no,
getting
why is
hurt?
Walker starting?
Well,
Yeah, that's just stupid. But put a Wobie on the pitch or something. Like, why is Walcott playing in a starting? I just don't get that. I don't get it. I don't know if he was thinking pace or what, but it's Man
Oh,
City. Man. You gotta play your best team. I mean, Calvert Lewin and Tosin and all these dudes. That's not it, man.
you get sacked in the end because he can't perform. Can he? I
Oh, no,
mean,
no doubt.
it's
Yeah, he won't
four
last.
losses up, 4 losses in the last 5 in the Premier League again. So it's just no excuses. Keep it up and you'll be out.
Yeah. So we move forward, man. We look forward to this game tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming on, and
Yeah,
we'll
no,
be talking. I'm sure we'll be talking between now and tomorrow after the game.
yeah,
okay.
nice one. Thanks.
All right, boys.
Days.